The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a self-help book written by Covey. The book was published in 1989 and has since become a bestseller, with over 25 million copies sold worldwide. Covey's book is a guide to personal and professional development that aims to help readers become more effective in all aspects of their lives. The 7 habits outlined in the book are based on Covey's belief that the way we see the world is entirely dependent on our own perceptions, and that we can change our perceptions and ultimately change the world. In this summary, we will take a closer look at each of the 7 habits and provide examples of how they can be applied in real life. Habit 1. Be proactive. The first habit that Covey outlines is, be proactive. This habit is about taking responsibility for your life and your actions. Covey argues that highly effective people don't blame circumstances or other people for their problems. Instead, they take initiative and control their own destiny. An example of being proactive is a student who takes control of their education. Instead of waiting for the teacher to provide them with all the necessary information, the student takes the initiative to research and learn on their own. They might read extra books or attend additional lectures to deepen their understanding of the subject. By taking responsibility for their own learning, the student becomes more effective and knowledgeable. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. The second habit is, begin with the end in mind. This habit is about having a clear vision of what you want to achieve in life. Covey believes that highly effective people begin with the end in mind, and create a clear picture of what they want to accomplish before they start taking action. An example of beginning with the end in mind is an entrepreneur who wants to start a successful business. Before starting the business, they create a business plan that outlines their goals, strategies, and tactics. They have a clear picture of what they want to achieve and how they plan to achieve it. By beginning with the end in mind, the entrepreneur is more likely to achieve their goals and be successful. Habit 3. Put first things first. The third habit is, put first things first. This habit is about managing your time effectively. Covey argues that highly effective people prioritize their activities based on what is most important to them and then focus their energy on those activities. An example of putting first things first is a manager who prioritizes their tasks based on their importance and urgency. They might use a matrix such as the Eisenhower matrix to help them categorize their tasks. By focusing on the most important tasks first, the manager can ensure that they are making progress towards their goals and that they are using their time effectively. Habit 4. Think win-win. The fourth habit is, think win-win. This habit is about finding mutually beneficial solutions in all interactions. Covey believes that highly effective people seek to create win-win situations where everyone involved benefits. An example of thinking win-win is a negotiation between two companies. Instead of trying to get the best deal for themselves at the expense of the other company, both companies work together to find a mutually beneficial solution. They might compromise on certain aspects of the deal to ensure that both parties are happy with the outcome. By thinking win-win, both companies are able to achieve their goals and build a positive relationship. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. The fifth habit is, seek first to understand, then to be understood. This habit is about effective communication. Covey argues that highly effective people listen carefully to others and seek to understand their perspective before trying to convey their own. An example of seeking first to understand is a therapist who listens actively to their patient before providing advice. The therapist might ask questions to clarify the patient's thoughts and feelings, and ensure that they understand the patient's perspective before offering any suggestions. By seeking first to understand, the therapist is able to provide more effective guidance to the patient. Habit 6. Synergize. The sixth habit is, synergize. This habit is about working together to achieve more than you could on your own. Covey believes that highly effective people seek out opportunities to collaborate and create something greater than the sum of their individual contributions. An example of synergizing is a team of designers who collaborate on a project. Each designer brings their own unique skills and perspectives to the project, and together they are able to create a more innovative and successful design than any one of them could have on their own. By synergizing, the team is able to achieve greater results and create a better outcome for their client. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. The seventh and final habit is, sharpen the saw. This habit is about self-improvement and personal renewal. Covey believes that highly effective people take care of their physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being in order to maintain their effectiveness over time. An example of sharpening the saw is a professional athlete who takes time to rest and recover between competitions. The athlete might engage in activities like yoga, meditation, or massage to promote physical and mental recovery. By taking care of their body and mind, the athlete is able to maintain their performance over the long term and continue to achieve success. Conclusion. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a timeless classic that has helped millions of readers achieve personal and professional success. The 7 habits outlined in the book are simple but powerful, and can be applied to any aspect of your life. By being proactive, beginning with the end in mind, putting first things first, thinking win-win, seeking first to understand, synergizing, and sharpening the saw, you can become more effective, achieve your goals, and lead a more fulfilling life.